Hey there, it is your friend Chris Luck. I am the creator of Aiville, which is the largest AI community in the world for people who are learning how to use AI like yourself and myself. And I just had I'm like crying because I just had like a little bit of a coughing fit. Um I'm trying out this new Alani witch's brew that I don't know when it came out, but I am trying it right now, and my only words of wisdom is to not take too big of a drink too fast because I don't know what kind of flavor it is, but it is strong. It's like a strong flavor, so you can only take like little sips of it at a time. So that's my plug that wasn't sponsored for me to talk about Alani. So let me go ahead and get right into today's live stream, which you're probably here because you want to learn not about Alani, but you want to learn about ChatGPT-5, and you want to learn how to generate images using ChatGPT-5 and using their latest image generator. And that is what we are here to do. So I just want to take a look at everyone that is here in the live chat. So looks like we have Naomi from Colorado Springs. We've got David. We have Ray Morrison saying, "What's up, everyone?" We've got Steve coming in from Aurora, Colorado, and we have Josh saying, "Do you actually use the Apple Vision?" Right here. I probably use the Apple Vision 4 times. So not yet. I've got it because I want to see what kind of things you're going to be able to do with it with AI. And I've heard actually there's some really cool Chat GPT features that we're going to be able to integrate with Apple Vision. So that's why I got it, is actually for demo purposes, like everything else that I like to do here on this channel. Looks like we have more of you that are coming in live. We have Lenora from Florida, and we have Justin from Nicaragua. We've got Jared coming in from Virginia, and Oliver coming in from Leicester Beach. So thank you all for taking the time to be here live. So what I'd like to do is just jump right in so I don't waste anybody's time. So let's see if this works. What you're looking at is my computer, and we are going to just go through my ChatGPT-5 Image Generator outline. So what I like to do on these live streams is put together a step-by-step outline that we can follow together here on Aiville, and you can get access to this outline if you go into Aiville and you just go to the tutorials. You'll find it in there, and you can create an account for free and try it out and see if you like it. So starting off with what's most important is with today, the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator is finally here. And I want to talk about quite a few things, and this is what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn why the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator crushes all competition, the perfect AI image prompt that will give you jaw-dropping results. You're going to learn how to unlock the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator features, how to fix the most common AI image generator mistakes, tricks to turning AI art into scroll-stopping gold on social media. I'm going to show you some hidden ChatGPT-5 image generator formulas, where to get the new ChatGPT-5 style suggester generator, how to make money with AI art as soon as tonight if you want to learn how to kind of monetize AI art in a fun way, and then also how to join a secret ChatGPT-5 image generator community. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, or anything on here looks like something you'd be interested in, then you found the right live stream. Whether you are showing up live with me right now, or you are tuning in and watching the recording of this, if you like anything about this live stream as we're going through this, feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit like, because that will tell me that people like this style of training. I try to make every tutorial that I'm doing on a live stream with AI to be very different from each other. So I can, after a couple months of doing this, I can tell which styles are better than others. So this is kind of a test for me. I mean, this is only like the 7th time I've gone live on YouTube. So we are just trying this out, and we're going to see how it works. So starting off with why ChatGPT-5 absolutely crushes all of the other AI image generators, photorealism is so convincing that it actually feels like a real photo. AI image generator speeds with ChatGPT-5 completely crushes Midjourney. There's a very beginner-friendly approach to using this that's going to give you pro-level results in minutes that I'll go over. We'll talk about seamless integration with ChatGPT for creative flow. where you can actually generate multiple styles in one simple conversation, which we'll test live. There's built-in creative suggestions to really push ideas even further, and we can finally say goodbye to the AI art look forever. Next, we're going to talk about how to use the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator. So if this is something you would like to actually try out today, then if you want to follow along with me, what I'm doing here is we're going through my agenda on the left side of my screen. We are actually doing what you're seeing on the right side of my screen, and then I'm here down in the bottom, so you know that I'm a real person and I'm not like an AI thing, because that's one thing I actually can't stand about these YouTube channels lately. And this is part of why I made this channel, is because I am trying to consume and learn as much about AI as I possibly can, especially when it comes to all the newest updates with AI, like ChatGPT-5 and Claude Sonnet 4, and then all the latest Midjourney updates and Higgsfield AI and Sora and all this stuff. And I cannot stand how all these channels on YouTube are just very overly produced. Most of them are made with AI, and the person on the video is AI, the voiceover is AI, and there is no authenticity anymore to a lot of the stuff that's out there. So I just wanted to just let you know that I'm not AI, I'm a real person, and this is my real office, and this is all my real little gadgets and fun stuff around me that kind of tells you a little bit about who I am. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, is really feel like I want to start this channel and just be genuine and just kind of cut through all the BS that's out there from all the AI generated tutorials, and actually just do something that's kind of real and actually talk to all of you that are here live. So we still have a lot of you that are coming in. We have Magnus coming in from West Coast Sweden at 11 p.m. and it's summer warm. We have Michael coming in from Colorado. So by all means, if you're just now joining us, feel free to let me know where you're coming from and what you're up to. So let's go back to my computer here and get to work. Starting off, you want to go to chatgpt.com. And then when you open that on your computer, you want to make sure that you're on the latest version with ChatGPT-5 Access. And you want to select ChatGPT-5 from the model dropdown, which I have already done so. So I've created an account at ChatGPT, I've logged in, and then the model dropdown is just ChatGPT-5. And what's really good about this is that unlike the other precursors leading up to ChatGPT-5, there was like ChatGPT-4, ChatGPT 4.1 research mode, or 4.5 research mode. There's O3 Pro, and it was just super confusing. Now it's just ChatGPT-5, which is probably what it should have always been. Then what you want to do is look for the icon image on your chat toolbars. Now I'm logged in, or I'm zoomed in quite a bit here. Let me zoom out, and it looks like they're always changing the interface. So there used to be a little image icon right here where it says ask anything, but now there's not. There's just a plus sign. So they're trying to simplify the interface even more. So we're gonna hit the plus sign, and then you want to make sure you were over on the create image. So now you see this little create image icon. This is going to give you the ability to now use ChatGPT to is an image generator. So once you've done that, we can then just start generating our first AI image instantly. You can type in a prompt or upload a photo to begin. I'm going to give you a lot of really advanced stuff that you're going to be able to do with this image generator that you can actually just use not only for this one, but you can use for all AI image generators whenever you want. So you kind of look at this as just a full-on course on really image generation with AI. So take however much you want to take out of this that you want, and you don't have to worry about writing any of this stuff down, because I'm going to show you how you can get access to this whole interactive guide that I put together for you when we get to the end here, which little hint, it's inside Aiville. So once we want to get to where we can describe an image, we can type in a prompt or upload a photo. And then the whole idea with using AI image generators is it's going to create an image initially, and you're probably not going to like it. And that's okay, because, you know, it could be worse. But then what you're going to do is you're going to keep adjusting and reiterating and regenerating the image until you get a perfect result. Then you can save your images, and if you want, you can even share them. And then we have a new area inside of Aiville that we actually just turned on today. I wanted to turn on just to kind of announce it along with everything we're doing here with the ChatGPT-5 image generation. And that is when you go into Aiville, And you can either go to aiville.com or download the app. And then when you go here, you just go scroll down on the communities, and you're going to find a new community we have that is called the AI Image Gallery. You click on the AI Image Gallery, and this is going to be images that all of you and thousands of people all over the world that are generating images with AI, they are uploading them, and they're telling you what the prompts are that they use to make these images, which is really cool because you can come down and let's say you want to make something like this dog here that John James created. You can click on it, and then it looks like 13 minutes ago, he uploaded it, and then he put the full prompt on what he did to actually create that image. So what's really great about this is we're going through this training, and you're going to get overwhelmed at some point. I guarantee it. If you're not already overwhelmed already, when you get into using AI for image generation, it can get really confusing, especially when you want to create really ultra realistic photos like this. So what I wanted to do is make it where I wanted to get all of the members of the Aiville family together, and especially the ones that are creating a lot of really hardcore like images, not hardcore in a hardcore sense that you might think of, but you know what I mean. Images that are very long prompts like this. Like this is not an easy image to make. We reached out to some of the best image creators out there in the world that are using AI, and we asked if they wanted to share their images inside of the AI image gallery to start off. So that way we can all learn from each other and really get just a feel for some of the cool stuff that's going on out there. So that is how the image gallery works inside of Aiville. If you ever get lost or confused or wondering, what you should do with a prompt, definitely go take a look at the image gallery because it'll really help you out. And looks like we still have more of you coming in. Howard from Maryland, and we have Wade from San Diego, and we have Don coming in from St. Louis. I was just actually at the really cool story, kind of side note. A friend of mine invited me to the St. Louis Cardinals Colorado Rockies game last night, and that's where I was. So I don't know if you were there, Don, at the Rockies game or not. Let me know if you were. But I was trying to pull up a photo on my phone. I went into the Players Club with, I guess just where like ex-players go inside the Cardinal game. Check that out. Like I actually was with Al Rabowski. I can't ever pronounce his last name, but basically the Mad Hungarian. It was pretty neat. We were at the Cardinals game together last night. So that was cool. That I saw that you just said you're from St. Louis because I was there also. All right. So moving on, we're going to now you know kind of how to get access to the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator, and you actually want to start creating images. I want to walk you through mastering the perfect AI image generator prompt. So again, don't worry about taking notes because I've already taken all the notes for you. So we can just kind of go through this and you can follow along. What I would recommend doing though is opening up ChatGPT-5 alongside this live stream so you can actually do this along with me. And the best way to learn how to do something is actually doing something and not just listening to someone and watching someone do something. So starting off, the right prompt is going to unlock true AI image generator power because the right words act like a blueprint that the AI must follow. Clear prompts control style, mood, and tiny visual details. Precision is going to turn average outputs into scroll-stopping art. And the three-step formula for really creating consistently like stunning AI art is to start with a very vivid subject and a strong visual concept of what it is that you want. And then you can start slowly layering in sensory details like lighting and texture and mood. And then you can even add styles, cues, and technical specs for really pro-level results. You can also add emotional and sensory details for richness. So you could do like emotions that really shape expressions on a face, body language, the atmosphere. Sensory cues like smell, touch, and sound is going to make images feel real. Rich details are going to help viewers really connect instantly with the scene itself. And if you want to get 8K detail in any of your images that you generate with AI without overcomplication, you want to use simple, clear prompts with specific resolution requests. You want to focus on key subjects instead of overloading with extras. You want to let AI refine the details through style and quality settings. And I'm going to show you examples of all this here in a minute. And you want to use camera terms for photorealistic perfection. So, camera language is really going to help you control the depth, control the focus, control the perspective. And you'll learn terms like aperture, lens type, shot angle. That's all going to help shape your realism for your AI photos and your AI art. Mimicking real photography is going to make AI images feel authentically human. You also want to control the style, the mood, and the color palette, because the style is going to define whether the image is going to feel modern, vintage, or fantasy. The mood's really going to set the emotional tone through lighting and composition. You're going to have a color palette that really unifies the image and triggers very specific feelings. You can also get multiple angles from one text prompt. You can ask for like a wide, a medium, and close-up shot just in a single request. You can use perspective cues like overhead or from ground level. You can have multiple angles. They'll really let you choose the most powerful final touch. And then to really look at the perfect AI image generator prompt together, I have put a prompt. This is one prompt that can show you how detailed, and this is what separates people that just make so-so images with AI art and people that are just making absolutely stunning AI images that look like something that really happened. So the people that are actually doing this, and like, again, if you come to this AI image gallery inside of Aiville, and if you just refresh the page, you're going to find like there's constantly new images that are coming up and showing up, which is incredible. So definitely take a look at that whenever you can. But this is going to be a prompt, and just to go through it, I'll break all this down in details for you, and then we'll actually run it. You know what? I'm going to copy it and run it in ChatGPT, and then I'll talk about it while it's running. So ChatGPT is going to be making it on the right-hand side, but then I'm going to actually be explaining it on the left-hand side. So this would be one prompt for the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator to really show you what it's capable of doing. So a breathtaking, heavenly dining hall above the clouds, golden sunlight softly diffused through open arches, casting natural directional shadows, marble floors and pathways lined with glowing flowers emitting subtle light. At a long stone banquet table sits a lifelike group, Jesus at the center, surrounded by Leonardo da Vinci, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, Napoleon Hill, and P.T. Barnum. By the way, all those people are like my idols when it comes to learning business and entrepreneurship and creativity and all that kind of stuff, and just helping people in the world. So I thought it'd be fun to see something with all of them sitting at a table and have them all smiling, have them all engaged in deep conversation. Perfectly proportioned human anatomy with micro skin pores, subtle wrinkles, realistic light scattering in skin, individual hair strands with natural variation, timeless clothing from their eras seamlessly blended in style with fabric textures, showing thread-level detail. Hands rest in natural positions on the table with bread and wine, fingers and knuckles showing accurate bone and vein structure. Background reveals endless clouds with natural atmospheric haze, distant waterfalls with motion blur, and heavenly light rays scattering realistically. Captured is an unprocessed raw image on a Canon EOS R5 85mm f1.2 lens, ISO 100, shutter speed 1/250, cinematic depth of field, true to life lighting, zero stylization, 8K resolution, flawless photorealism. That, my friend, is a prompt. And just as I'm finishing reading that, just the prompt alone, ChatGPT generated it. So let's go ahead and just take a look. This is either going to be, if you remember, going back up here at the very top, one of the first things that we talked about is you want to make sure, where was it? I lost it here. You want to adjust and regenerate the image until you get the perfect result, because the first result may not be the best. And something that I've learned when you're using ChatGPT-5 for image generation is it doesn't matter how nice of a person you might be, don't be nice to ChatGPT-5. Tell it did a bad job and you could do better, and you would be surprised what it will do. So, but let's just see what the first take goes at. So you can see here, not too bad. Let's go ahead and make it where you can see a little better. Now, I know there's a lot of stuff on my screen, so it's kind of hard to see the whole image, but it is extremely photorealistic and they have expressions. They're all wearing the attire from their period that they were in, and I didn't have to explain the colors or anything of what to wear. Just what would they wear if it was their period and time. So that was one, and it's always going to generate two images. This was another one. So I like the first one because they all look like kind of in their prime. Where then the second one, they all look but they all look a lot older. So I kind of like the first one. So then let's say you like this prompt, then what you can do is you can then describe and take it further, or you can add additional styles to it. Now, if you are looking at this and you're like, it was okay, but it just wasn't realistic enough. Maybe you want it even more realistic. This is where you would say, this is an example. You could say this is good, but not great. This needs to be much more realistic in every way. So this is where you can be a little more pushy, because guess what? ChatGPT-5 in their image generator is not going to talk back to you. It's going to be like, oh, okay, you're totally right. I can definitely make this more realistic, and it'll make it more realistic. So we'll see what that comes back with. In the meantime, that was just a sample prompt. I'm going to show you how you can come up with these without putting any thought into it, by the way, as we get further on down here, because there's actually a ChatGPT-5 style suggester in a generator that you can use that will actually create all this for you, so you don't have to learn and memorize all these new words and what you need to do with image generation. So I want to show you the long way of doing it first, and then I'll show you the shortcut when we get towards the end here. So unlocking hidden ChatGPT-5 image generator features. And real quick, I see all of you that are still coming in to the live chat. Thank you for being here. We have Luke coming in from Canada. We have Jim JJ coming in from Colorado. Again, if you're just now showing up, feel free to let me know where you're coming in from, because I just love to see where you're all coming in from. Okay, so now let's get into some secret commands for advanced AI image generation. Now, these are going to be commands that we don't have to test right now, but I wanted to have them here on your agenda, so you can always come back to this agenda inside of Aiville anytime and be able to get access to this and use however much of this you want to use. And you're welcome to take screenshots of this too while we're going through this, if it'll help you too. But some secret commands is you could do -AR and set the aspect ratio. So if you want your image to be like 16:9 or 9:16, this is a secret command you could give. You can give ultra realistic, basically say ultra realistic to get maximum photorealism. You can say 8K resolution for extreme detail. You can say cinematic lighting for movie-like visuals. You can use volumetric lighting for dramatic atmosphere. You can say depth of field to blur the background naturally. You can say perfect symmetry for balanced compositions. You can do negative prompts to basically exclude unwanted elements like no text, no blur, things like that. You could say wide angle lens for expansive perspective, macro lens for extreme close-up detail. There's also regeneration commands you can use to create variations until perfect. So these are like, think of these as like cheat codes inside of ChatGPT. And for those of you that may not know me very well, I am a gamer. And when I first started gaming, I was like 8 years old. And back when like the original Nintendo came out, and then there was this game that I loved called Legend of Zelda. So for those of you that want a little nostalgia, and it was extremely hard. Then Santa Claus brought me this thing, which was called the Game Genie. And the Game Genie is a game enhancer that you can plug the Legend of Zelda into, and it'll give you a menu that'll magically show up on the game that will unlock every cheat code inside of Legend of Zelda, as well as every other game that you want to plug into on the NES console. So why I like to say that is, especially for those of you that have never seen me before, and you're just wondering who is this guy on YouTube that's talking about all kinds of random crap. I wanted to mention that because when I put together outlines for you to show you how to do specific things, like in this case, ChatGPT-5 image generation, I want to give you cheat codes. And I always want to give you cheat codes to everything that I teach you how to do with AI when I'm teaching it here on YouTube. So cheat codes, For regeneration commands, you could do backslash variations. It'll create multiple altered versions of your image. You can do slight variation. It'll keep the composition, but we'll just kind of do a little bit of tweaks, details subtly. It's funny, I accidentally mistyped that when I was writing the outline, and I wrote twerks, but I just saw that word and I was like, oh my God, did I fix that? And I did. But anyway, it said twerked earlier. That was kind of funny. You can do strong variation. You can do change to style. And then you could basically say change to style and then make the style artistic or make the style anime or make the style, I don't know, contemporary or however you want to do it. You can change the lighting. You can say zoom out. You can say zoom in. You can say replace element with a new element and swap objects. So you could say more detail. You could add more texture, more depth, more visual richness. You can do less detail. And what's really cool, so I got a little mad at ChatGPT, for those of you who are just joining us, and I said, this is good, but not great. It needs to be much more realistic in every way. Then it gave me a much more realistic looking photo. And this is actually, this one's probably one of my favorite ones out of all of them. So what we could do here is give it a little like, yeah, we like that one. And I can say, this still sucks, even though I said it's great. ChatGPT doesn't need to know that because it's not listening to me, at least not that I know of. It needs to be much more colorful and vibrant and realistic, not a painting. And then you can, so this, now let me do some cheat codes and just to see if it can take, and by the way, earlier versions of image generators would not be really good at changing multiple things all in one prompt. What makes ChatGPT-5 great and the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator so great is that it will switch, it will take a lot of regeneration commands all at one time in one prompt. So it's saving you so much more time than you used to spend on trying to do this kind of stuff. So let's try a couple of these. So I'll say change, well, I'm not going to say change style because, well, I guess I could. You know what? I'll say much more realistic and vibrant. I'll say change style to an oil painting. I'll say zoom out to show more of the room. And I'll say replace the bread with a laptop. Or you know what? Let's be more current with a Apple Vision Pro, and we will say give it the most detail as you can for an oil painting. So you'll notice the way that, oh, sorry, I realized my big old head was showing up or covering everything. So anyway, that was the prompt. I didn't realize that my actual video was still on. So anyway, I'll turn it back on in case you want to see me working. But all right, so we just sent the prompt and we'll kind of see what's going to generate, but we're just going to keep on moving along here. So next up is you can use negative prompts to avoid flaws. Now, I'm not going to test all these, but you can at least get an idea of all the things that you can do. You can say no text, no watermarks, no blur, distortion, no extra limbs, no extra fingers, no unrealistic shadows, and you get the idea. Anything you don't want the image to have in it, just tell it you don't want to have in it. It's like a magic Photoshop tool. Like if you had an object in there, just say, no more of that, or, you know, whatever. And then you can also do the same thing with adding. So you could say, you know, add another person, add Benjamin Franklin or whatever to the image. And then you can also combine text and uploaded images. So you can do like image to image, which means you can upload a photo and you can guide changes with it to text. So if you had a photo that, you know, you wanted to Photoshop, you know, maybe make your skin smoother, or you wanted to make the background blurrier or something, you could actually do that directly in ChatGPT-5's image generator. You can do style transfers. You can apply the style of one image to your uploaded photo. You can replace the background. You can do character consistency. So you can use AI to have the same person in multiple scenes. You can do the scene expansion. You can have, like I mentioned, you can add additional objects. You can do a lighting change, color shift, pose alteration, error transformation. Now, real quick, I want to do a little check-in why ChatGPT is making this next image. is, you know what? I'll do a check-in when we get to this next section because we have a lot of sections here to cover. We also can do some blending, multiple scenes into one masterpiece. So we could pick two or more strong scenes that really contrast or complement each other. We can describe each scene clearly so AI knows what to merge. We can specify how scenes connect. So we could say side by side, layered, or fused. We could use the same lighting, the colors, or style for a unified look, guide placement with terms like foreground and background, add shared objects, light source, tie scenes together, use variations. And then I have a prompt example that we could copy and paste and test this out. I'm not going to go through all these prompt examples because I want to actually do a lot of live interaction with those of you that are here live on the live stream, because that's the whole point of doing these live streams, so we can kind of interact together. But I'm going to leave these prompts in here so you can get ideas of what you can do with them. And also, you can remember, you can go into Aiville, and then at any point, you can actually click or come down to the AI image gallery, and you can see what people are doing with this kind of stuff, and then actually see their prompts, because their prompts will even give you a really good idea of what to do. And I think, Joshua, I think you're actually here on the live chat. So thanks by sharing this inside, sharing this inside of, this looks like a National Geographic photo. Yeah, I think you're actually here on the live stream in the live chat. So thanks by actually uploading your photo why we're doing this. And any of you that have prompts and photos that you've uploaded, again, go into the AI image gallery in our Aiville community, click on new post, and then all you got to do is upload your photo. And for the caption, just say what the prompt was, because the whole idea of this is, I think, Maria, you're actually here in the live chat too. The whole idea of this is to be able to help each other really work together as a collective community on helping each other get better at AI. That was the whole point of Aiville. So next let's take a look here what ChatGPT generated. So I want it to be an oil painting. Well, I said this still sucks. It needs to be much more colorful. Change the style to an oil painting. Zoom out. Replace the bread with an Apple Vision Pro. And you can see this is pretty darn good. It made an oil painting. It's very colorful. And instead of a piece of bread, there is a very accurate Apple Vision Pro sitting there right there in the middle. And there's another one. So pretty powerful what you can do with this. Not just pretty powerful. This is insert whatever extreme word you want to insert into a sentence, followed by the word powerful, because that's what ChatGPT-5 is capable of doing with the image generator. Next, we can add surreal effects without losing realism. So you could start with a believable photorealistic base image and then add one surreal element that stands out naturally. You can match lighting and shadows to keep the scene cohesive, use realistic textures. You could keep proportions believable. You can blend colors so surreal parts feel kind of part of the environment. You can refine with variations until realism seems seamless. And then I gave you a prompt example that you can come into at any time and kind of play around with this yourself. And then one more thing for this section is you can also create branded content for business instantly. So you could add your brand's logo directly to the scene naturally. You can use brand colors and props or background accents. You can place products in realistic life-based environments and lifestyle-based environments. You can match your brand's visual style and photography tone, include slogans subtly in signage or packaging, create seasonal themes to align with marketing campaigns, and generate multiple ad-ready variations in one session. And a great example of this is, let's say you have a logo for your business and you want it to be in a specific setting. This would be a prompt example. And I would love for a lot of you to share ideas in our image gallery as well of things on ways to do this. Because this is what really takes it to a whole different level, is I could upload the Aiville logo, for example, and I could say a photorealistic outdoor cafe scene at a golden hour featuring a barista serving coffee in mugs, to-go cups, and packaging, all naturally displaying the uploaded brand logo. So then you upload the logo, and in your prompt, you're just referencing, use the logo that was uploaded. And you could have a chalkboard menu in the background featuring the slogan written in chalk. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. You know what? I'm just talking. Why don't we actually just do it? So here's the Aiville logo. So I'm just going to download that real quick to my computer. And then we'll just run this prompt and then put it to the test. Now I'm asking for this logo to be in all kinds of things in this image. So it's going to look, I mean, this would not be like a natural a natural chat GPT thing you would do, but I like to put things to the test and see what's possible. So let me just go ahead and drag in my logo, and then I'll put in that prompt, and then let me zoom out so I can find the send button. And then we will see what it actually does there. Okay, so moving on down, the next segment of this live stream is how to fix common AI image generator problems. And then there's a handful of problems that we need to look at. But before we do, I want to take a little energy drink break because I need some energy. I only got like 4.5 hours of sleep last night because I went to that Cardinals game and I got home late. I didn't sleep good. And then I went to the gym and I didn't have my pre-workout. I didn't have my coffee. I'm just kind of tired. Like I feel like I want to yawn. I am going to yawn. Hang on. That was a yawn on command because of how tired I am. So I want to take a sip of this energy drink, and I want to ask all of you that are here in the live chat. Well, first, let me preface it by saying I went to great lengths to make this outline that we're going through right now extremely detailed. So I could have went the route of making this a very short tutorial on AI for beginners that said, here's how to use a ChatGPT-5 prompt generator. Step 1, 2, 3. That's it. Have a great day. Or I could just give you as many possible examples, secret formulas, settings that you can do, and then give you access to the document so then you can just use it whenever you want, like your own little game genie here. This is the first time I've gone this extreme detailed on something. So let me know in the chat real quick. Do you like detailed? Do you like how I'm going detailed right now? Or do you like more simple, where there's maybe only 4 things I show you and that's the end of the live stream? Type in simple if you prefer something much simpler, or type in detailed if you rather me go in detail, knowing I'm giving you the document is like your own little guidebook that you can then use whenever you want. Because then I can kind of, at least this is why I like live streams, because I can, for those of you that take the time to be here with me live, I can actually get live input, and I'm not just waiting for you to leave a comment. It's just I can get input right now, and then I know moving forward, I'm really making these live streams for all of you that are here live. Like, you're taking time to show up here live, so I want to do my best to give you the best experience possible when it comes to tutorials. That was a long-awaited sip of the energy drink. Okay, so for those of you that are here live, you're definitely able to see what you're all saying. But if you're watching the recording of this, you're not able to see it. So let me try to do something here. I'm going to experiment real quick by seeing if there's a way I can show you what I'm looking at. I think there is. Let me see here. This is where if I had something to play that would fill in the dead air whenever I'm trying to look at this, like music, I would totally do that. But then I would probably play music that would be that would be copyrighted, and then this live stream wouldn't even work. So hang on a second. Keep utility windows in front while live. Show program window while in other apps. No. It looks like you should be able to see these windows, but I don't think you're going to be able to. Let me see here. No, it's not letting you see it, because I want to show you like if you're watching the recording of this, I want you to see what I see, but you can't. So here, I'm just gonna do a screenshot of it. So 1 sec, and then we can just look at the screenshot together. Okay, so it looks like Howard said detailed. G. Patrick says please detail. Wade says detailed. Michael says detailed. Chip Sanity says detailed. Bob detailed. Details great. Keep it up. You're awesome. Thank you, Paul. Magic Daily deals brilliant as is tonight. Amber says your way is fabulous. Thanks so much. Detailed. You're welcome. Digi John, Juan detailed. Little overwhelming, but I love this stuff. It's okay, Howard. Good thing is, this you can always come back and watch this at any time you want. Pause and play, download the tutorials, and I'm actually going to show you a shortcut that does all this for you here towards the end. Naomi says, I speak for the ADHD community. I totally get it. And Robert, thanks by saying smash a like button. Yeah, I appreciate that because if you do hit the like button, then I know that you like this stuff. If you don't hit the like button, I wouldn't know if you like this stuff. So, all right, we're going to get into fixing and by the way, thank you for that little feedback, but also my little energy drink break because I'm tired. So next is a fixing common AI image generator mistakes. And just so you can kind of see ahead of time too, we're going to also be covering turning AI into art scrolling scroll stopping gold on social media, hidden ChatGPT generator formulas, and I'm really excited to show you a new ChatGPT-5 style suggester generator that does all of this for you because you don't have to know how to do all this. I'm just showing you how all this works so you know how intense this stuff can be. But then we've created a generator that you can use for free that just does it all for you. Okay, so this is a little crazy. I asked for the image with Aiville logos, and sure enough, it's a coffee shop, but everything on the everything that is on the every mug is Aiville. It's like a little Aiville party, but that's kind of funny. So it gave you the right idea, right? So what's cool though is that in this prompt, you can see I even said, say welcome to Aiville in the background, and it did it. So you could do something really cool where you could say like, give me a photorealistic picture of the Super Bowl, and on the Jumbotron have my logo featured, or something like that. And then just for fun, this is more for like fun stuff. I mean, not obviously you would do that and tell everyone you were featured at the Super Bowl on the Kiss Cam. I mean, you could totally do that if you wanted to, but you get the idea. All right, so moving on. Some common AI generator mistakes is number one rookie mistake that ruins all art is overloading prompts with too many conflicting details. And this would probably be an example of a prompt that's a little overloaded with too much details about where to put the logo. You can also mix styles that clash visually in one composition. You can ignoring basic lighting and perspective rules. Overloading prompts with too many details because too many elements will confuse AI's focus. Results will often look messy or lack clear subjects. Simple and clear prompts are going to produce sharper images. Forgetting perspective or composition rules. So that's going to lead to warped or unnatural looking scenes. It's going to make subjects feel flat, oddly positioned. It's going to break realism, even in fantasy style images. And also another common mistake is missing emotional tone for human connection because it's going to make images feel cold or purely mechanical. Viewers are going to struggle to relate or feel inspired. Emotional cues are going to create lasting visual impact. Also, another common mistake with AI image generation is ignoring realism cues like light and shadow, because if you don't put realism cues about light and shadow, objects are going to look fake. They're going to look out of place. It's going to break the depth, the dimension of the image. The lighting really is going to set the mood and really guide the viewer's focus. And also, and I've said this earlier at the very beginning of this live stream, just quitting too early on a great concept, because the first results are really going to rarely be the best possible version, because iteration is always going to uncover unexpected brilliance, and small tweaks will really transform into something truly unforgettable. So let's go ahead and fix a bad AI image together so you can see what I mean by this. So let's go ahead and just first off say design a bad portrait of Steve Jobs. So sorry, Steve Jobs. So we'll say design a bad, we'll do photo realistic portrait of Steve Jobs. And then we'll see what it comes up with. And then when it comes up with something that's really bad, I'll show you how you can make it better to be able to really, turn something that's really terrible into something brilliant. Okay, so why that is generating, and I know it's generating because hiding under my big old head, it shows, if you're ever wondering if ChatGPT kind of froze up, oh, that is a really bad photorealistic photo, but it's like a mugshot. But if it's still generating, there won't be like a voice mode button at the bottom. It's going to be like a stop button. So never accidentally click around on anything if the stop button is still there. Okay, that's actually a really bad one too. Man, these look like mug shots. Okay, and I will say, let's just go ahead and have fun with this. So let me pull this into view so you can kind of see a little better. And let's go ahead and turn on my camera here. Okay, so really bad. I'll say, yep, that is pretty bad. Now let's make it amazing. Let's say make it look, make it have the same lighting and composition as the incredible Time magazine cover portraits. Don't show the magazine, just do the style. You know what? And I am one of the world's worst misspelling people. So I'm just going to leave it misspelled to show you. You don't have to, if you're not a good typer, you can just leave things misspelled and it will still figure out what the heck it is you're talking about. So don't get all worked up if you're slow at typing or if you mistype or whatever, because it'll figure it out. And there's even a voice mode too. If you don't want it to actually, if you don't have to type, you could click a button and just talk and then it'll do the same thing. So while it's doing that, we'll move on to turning AI art into scroll stopping gold on social media. So to do that, why great AI image generator outputs need great context? The reason why is because context is really going to tell the story behind the image. It's going to add meaning that makes viewers really care. It's going to turn visuals into just a very memorable experience. Now, I'm including sample prompts for everything else moving forward, but I'm not going to run them because I don't want to bore you with just waiting for things to process. So I want you to do this on your own whenever you have time, though. You can actually come in here and play around with the sample prompts here directly, within the guide. Or if you want, you can, again, go to our new AI images gallery that we put together, and you can play around with sample prompts that other people have used as well. We can also add text overlays for memes or marketing. So if you have an image that you want to use for business or for marketing or for fun social media purposes, you can use text that grabs attention in busy social feeds. It's going to make images instantly shareable and fun, and it can reinforce the brand voice or key image. So a prompt sample could be like a photorealistic cat wearing sunglasses, lounging in a beach chair with an umbrella drink, bold white impact font text reading "Enjoy today" across the top. Clean drop shadow for readability, bright tropical colors, 8K resolution, cinematic lighting. That would be an example of very tight prompt that doesn't have too many details that's going to really make it give you a bad result. Just for fun, I will copy that and take a look at it. But you can see here when I talked about the Time magazine photo. So initially, this is what it gave us because we asked for a really bad portrait of Steve Jobs. Poor Steve. But then it did us more of a Time magazine style. And this is extremely realistic. So pretty cool stuff. We'll do a chat here. Again, you want to make sure you're always doing create image so it knows that you're creating an image. And we'll do a photorealistic. I'll do, gray cat wearing sunglasses. Why not? And then we'll see what shows up. Okay, so next we'll turn stills into GIFs or micro videos. So telling ChatGPT-5's image generator that you're actually going to use this for something like an animated GIF, it's going to know that and it's going to create the image properly, because then it's going to make the content more engaging and dynamic, and it's going to increase shareability across platforms. So you could say something like a photorealistic coffee cup on a cafe table, steam rising and swirling in slow motion, subtle sunlight flickering through nearby leaves, warm color palette, cinematic depth of field, 8K resolution, designed for looping as a short GIF or micro video. So just for fun, we'll just go ahead and do this a little bit where I can't believe I haven't thought of this yet. I can just run multiple instances here of ChatGPT. And then so every prompt that I do, we're just going to just kind of run them here. on new instances of ChatGPT. So let me just get a couple ready, because then we can have more to look at and you can have more examples of what's working and what's not working. Okay, we can also use AI images to spark viral engagement. So unique visuals are going to trigger curiosity and shares. Bold concepts are going to inspire strong viewer reactions. Interactive posts are going to boost comments and reach. So a sample prompt would be like a photorealistic golden retriever sitting at an office desk wearing reading glasses, typing on a laptop with a coffee mug that says Mondays. Messy papers everywhere, warm daylight from a nearby window, ultra realistic fur texture, 8K resolution, designed for maximum relatability and share potential. So, something else to kind of riff on with this, let's say if you are a coach in the parenting industry, and I know that because I know there's a coach in the parenting industry that is actually in the live chat right now. And so that's why I'm using that as an example. So let's say you wanted to create some content that may or may not go viral or relate to your followers in people and groups you may be a part of on Facebook. Knowing that, let's say you're making content for moms, for instance, and more specifically, stay-at-home moms, you could, at the very end of your prompt, say design for maximum relatability and share potential for stay-at-home moms, because then it's going to really put in a lot of subtle psychology that would not have been there, and it would not have that instant connection unless you told it to do that. So not necessarily the golden retriever example is an example. That's just me. I tend to have a little ADHD and kind of go way off my script here that I'm following. This is what keeps me on track, but sometimes I go a little off the beaten path, and I hope that's okay for all of you. Repurposing one image into multiple formats. So you can adapt one strong image for every major platform. You can crop and resize it without losing key details, and then add or remove elements to fit different use cases. So you could say like a photorealistic mountain sunrise with a hiker standing at the peak, cinematic lighting, ultra detailed textures, 8K resolution, composed so it can be cropped for vertical Instagram stories, horizontal YouTube banners, and square social posts while keeping the subject in frame. So that would be, again, if you're maybe wanting to create something that could be more used for ads. If you want to use AI video generators, what you need before you use an AI video generator is an AI image from an AI image generator. So if you know you're going to be using AI video generators to make Instagram stories and horizontal YouTube banners and square social media posts, when you're creating the image, make sure that you're specifically telling it what you're planning on doing with it, and then letting it know the subject must be in the frame on all of those compositions, because then it'll put the subject right there in the middle. What's up, Sheila? Good to see you, coming from Stockton, California. And you're here late, but you're going to catch up later. You're welcome for all the hard work. It is definitely a lot of work doing this. Way harder than I thought it was going to be doing these live streams. And what takes the most time is putting all the stuff together for you all. And then when I'm done with the live stream, felt like I ran a marathon. I'm ready to take a nap. Next up is to do micro storytelling through single images. So one image can tell a complete, powerful story. Small details will hint at larger unseen moments. Viewers will then fill in the gaps, making it more engaging. So you could say, like a photorealistic old man sitting alone on a park bench at sunset, holding a single red rose, an empty cup of coffee beside him, autumn leaves scattered on the ground, warm golden light, 8K resolution, telling a silent story of love, loss, and memory in one frame. So let's put that one in there just for fun. And then see how this prompt can actually tell a story. Let's go back and take a look at some of these others that were created. So remember the photorealistic gray cat wearing sunglasses? And we want it to be like an impact font that could be something we could share on social that, people will be like, oh, that's cool. And then they just hit like or share or whatever. Here's what I created. So not bad. It looks a little Pixar-like, I think. So maybe we could say something, that looks really cool. This looks nice. And then if you want to make it a different style, then you could just say, great job, but make it more cartoonish, or turn it into insert whatever type of cartoon you like. Like make this look like a Family Guy cartoon. Actually, let's see what that would do. Make this look like a Family Guy cartoon image. I'm just curious what that would do. I don't even watch Family Guy, but that's just the first thing that came to mind. Another thing was whenever I did the photorealistic coffee cup and designed for looping as a short GIF or micro image. So this is a great example of that. So it designed something knowing that we could take this and drop it into an AI video generator, and then in the AI video generator we could just say make the what is that, steam, make the you know the little what, smoke. I don't know. My mind is crapping out on me here. You know what I mean? Whatever's coming off the coffee mug, smoke. We're gonna call it smoke. When your coffee's smoking, it's already designed to where you could just tell the video generator. You don't have to tell it to do much. You just like make the smoke and make it loopable, and then it's gonna do it. Here's a photorealistic old man. That's a sad picture. But anyway, you get the idea. It's telling a story that is pretty darn depressing, and this is all through an AI image generator. Then, the reason why it's even more depressing. The reason why it's doing this and making it like that is because we said telling a silent story, and then telling the silent story of lost love and memory in one frame. Thank you, Oliver. Oliver came in for the rescue. It's called steam. Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I have something steam coming off of my coffee now, I'm just going to start calling it smoke. But steam. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes that happens. My brain just doesn't work anymore. Okay, next is going to be what I'd like to share with you is hidden ChatGPT-5 image generator formulas. So there's always formulas to everything that you can do when it comes to using ChatGPT. And I want to give you some just to kind of get your mind going. So first off, I want to give you 5 prompt styles that could have like instant wow reactions. So you could do like hyper realism that makes AI art look like real photos. You could do surreal mashups that make things feel believable and seamless. You could do like epic cinematic scenes with dramatic scale and lighting, ultra cute or heart melting animals in human settings. You could do bold pop culture crossovers that no one expects. So you could say like a photorealistic great white shark swimming through the clouds above New York City at golden hour, sunlight glinting off its skin, perfectly matched shadows on skyscrapers, 8K resolution, cinematic depth of field, blended hyperrealism, surreal mashup, and epic scale for maximum wow factor. So how about instead of great white shark, how about a photorealistic Santa Claus flying above the clouds above New York City, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and just see what it does. I'm just kind of curious how accurate it would make Santa Claus. So here is the this is impressive. So that cat that just kind of looked like an AI image. I just said make it look like a Family Guy cartoon, and it just made it look like a Family Guy cartoon. This says enjoy today. So there you go. You can now be an AI artist, which I'm going to show you how you can make a lot of money doing this kind of stuff when we get here towards the end. That's the big grand finale, is showing you how you can take all of these skills and make a bunch of money with it. If you're looking to make some extra money, you can totally do that. Next is adapting prompts for any culture or language. So you can swap landmarks, foods, or clothing for local relevance, translate prompts for accuracy in native languages, respect cultural symbols to connect with audiences. So you could say like a photorealistic street food market in Bangkok at night, glowing lanterns overhead, vendors grilling skewers, traditional Thai clothing, warm golden lighting, 8K resolution, adapted for Thai culture while keeping cinematic style and realism. You can also mix realism and fantasy for share-worthy results. You could start with a believable real-world scene, add one striking fantasy element, keep lighting and texture consistent. Sample prompt, you get the idea. Cinematic quality portraits with minimal output. I love, for some reason, like cinematic quality portraits. You could use simple prompts with strong subjects for the focus. Let lighting and composition carry the impact. Minimal extras keep the portrait clean and powerful. So you could say a photorealistic close up portrait of a young woman with freckles, soft golden hour lighting, a shallow depth of field, subtle bokeh background, 8K resolution, simple yet cinematic with minimal elements for maximum impact. So we could go ahead and then just say goodbye to the cat. I will enjoy the day. Thank you, cat. So we are going to just do the image and we'll say instead of a photorealistic close-up portrait of a young woman with freckles, how about a photorealistic close-up portrait of Santa Claus? Soft golden hour lighting, shallow depth field, blah, 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 and we will see what happens here. Here is the Santa Claus photorealistic flying up over New York with the lighting and the glow above the clouds. And even though the sun is shining on Santa in his face and the reindeer all in the right angle, that one looks a little weird. Santa looks huge and he looks like he has like little mini reindeer. So again, the first image isn't always going to be great, but you can always make it great by just saying, that sucked, make it better. And then it'll make it better. So this was the photorealistic close-up portrait of Santa. Pretty good. Another one, pretty darn good. And this is where you could just take it, further and further and further and further by just every time you want to alter the image. You could start with a basic prompt, but every time you want to add more to it, just do it one layer at a time. So imagine you're just adding layers to it. So like, let's say you like this one, but you wish his skin had more texture. Say good, but not great. His skin needs more texture where you can see his pores and wrinkles. So you just, again, adding one layer to make it a little bit better. And then once you kind of like it, then if you want to change his outfit a little bit, make him look like an old Father Time kind of Christmas thing, you could do that. But you can also just kind of leave it as is. You're welcome, Naomi. Naomi says, pretty awesome, Chris. Thanks for the great prompt examples and the tweaks and the torques. No, I know you said tweaks. You're welcome. You can also craft impossible scenes that feel real. So you could blend elements that could never exist together. You can match lighting and shadows and scale for realism. You can use fine detail, to sell for believability. And a sample prompt could be a photorealistic desert with massive tidal wave frozen mid-crash over the golden sand dunes, sunlight hitting both wave and dunes at the same angle, ultra detailed textures, you get it. So this is an example of, this looks good. It looks like a little AI. But then when I just said, you know what, good but not great, his skin needs more texture where you can see his pores and wrinkles, now you're looking more of like a really kind of a tired Santa. But maybe this is like an end of the year Santa. So we can just open the image in a new tab so you can really see, like, that's pretty intense, right? And you can see every pore on his nose by just saying, show me the pores. So that's how you can really take the whole AI output to a much higher level, just one layer at a time. Creating art that people have to share. So you also can make visuals so unique that they demand attention. You can tap into emotions that people want to express online, include details that spark surprise and laughter. So you could say like a photorealistic baby panda wearing a tiny chef's hat, joyfully flipping pancakes in a bustling diner kitchen, realistic motion blur, warm morning lighting, 8K resolution, irresistibly cute and funny, designed for maximum shareability. Just for fun, that sounds like a fun one. We will pop into ChatGPT's image generator and see what it does. So while it's doing that, I am going to take another sip here. Ray says, Chris, and thank you for the question mark because it did stand out in the chat. Do you have a prompt for designing a viral thumbnail with this? I do not, but we can create a prompt right now for it, and then we'll just do it on the fly. So yes, I'm going to remember that you said that, and when we get to the very end here, I want to have some fun, and I have some ideas to have fun with all of you that have taken the time to be here with me live. So hold that thought, and we will definitely circle back to it. The next thing I want to show you is if you're a little bit overwhelmed, like if you're overwhelmed a little bit with all of the details and everything that we've been covering so far, a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being like you're not overwhelmed at all. This is awesome. You are going to remember everything that I just shared with you. You're going to remember all of this stuff. 1 being you've got this. 10 being like holy crap. This is like this was a PhD course on AI image generation and you don't even know where to start. 10 being that, 1 being you got this. You don't need any more help. Let me know because that's going to help. That's going to help me. I always get a crack out of the images sometimes that the ChatGPT throws at you because again, it'll do exactly what you want to say. And this is pretty darn good. And it just looks fun. It literally just made me feel happy just looking at this image. And okay, looking at the chat here. What's up, Lilia from Florida? And yes, it is a PhD course. So here's what I'm going to do for all of you that are feeling a little overwhelmed. And thanks, Ray, by saying that's why you're the man. I'm trying. I'm not telling. I'm going to tell you right now, though. I don't know if the viral thumbnail image generator creator is gonna work on the first try, but we're going to come up with it for sure. And it looks like we've got some people coming in the chat. We have 8s and we have 4s. So kind of in the middle here, which is okay. So here's what I'm going to do for all of you. Assuming a lot of you are already inside of Aiville. If you're not, you should be. You just go to aiville.com or download the app and sign up. We've created a brand new ChatGPT-5 style suggester and made it a generator for you. So, because by now you probably know it's hard to write the perfect AI prompt. You've seen how complex this stuff can get. Even with ChatGPT-5, amazing images can feel impossible. So I built this and just released this style suggester generator right before I went live today so I could show it to you. And it's going to guide you step by step, and it's going to do all the heavy lifting. So all you have to do is just share an idea with it, like 1 word, and then it's going to create the perfect style instantly. And it's going to be styles where we pre-trained this generator to stop people mid-scroll, so people really think, wow, like whenever they see this, you'll never have to stress about what words to use, what styles to use. It's going to work for any subject, any theme, any image. And you can try it for free. It's turned on for all of you right now inside of Aiville. So I want to show you how it works in real time, and you're really going to like it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm going to go to Aiville and make this a little bigger here. Yeah, I got way too much stuff going on my browser. Okay, so sorry, zoomed in too much. So inside of Aiville, all you got to do is, for those of you that want the tutorial that I'm going through right now, go to AI tutorials, and it's this one right here, the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator tutorial. I've got tutorials on just about everything you could imagine with AI. So we're doing this one right now. So what we're going through and all the prompts and all the stuff that you see, this is where you get it all. Well, the tool that I'm talking about, you go to AI tools, and it's right here. It is the style suggester. So when I did the how to create GIFs from photos on a previous live stream, you saw we released the GIF prompt generator. We also have ChatGPT directly in here. So if you want to use ChatGPT inside of Aiville without going to chatgpt.com, that's in here too. But I want to show you right now the style suggester because it's super cool. And it takes all the guesswork out of wondering what to tell ChatGPT to come up with. So when you click on it, it's just going to say, what type of style would you like? So imagine you're going to create an image, and let's say you want it to be, I don't know, let's say just, I don't even know. I just know, let's say I just want it to be fun. Let's just use the word fun. My brain is running out of words today. So fun. So then it's just going to give you right out of the gate, you're going to have a conversation with this generator to help you come up with some ideas. So it's going to say, I see you're in the mood for fun. Let's spin up the pixel playground and cook up some secret art hacks from the fun category. So it's going to give you some ideas. If you can't come up with words like me and you need it to come up with words for you, It'll be like you could do bubble pop realms, so cartoon worlds made of candy colored balloon textures. You could do hyper expressive characters with exaggerated emotions, wild proportions, and silly props that defy physics. You could do something that looks like Play Doh in claymation style. That would be really neat. You could do a rainbow riot, so a kaleidoscope of primary colors, neon gradients, and glitter. You could do something that's more of like a sugar rush style. You could do something that is like animated street scenes where every object dances in an invisible rhythm. I really like this Play-Doh Dreams. So what you can do is just say Play-Doh Dreams and put it in, and then it's gonna say, what image would you like to create with this style? Spill the details. And this is where, let's say, I don't know, let's say I'm looking at a Michael Jordan basketball that I've got like on the other side of the screen. So Michael Jordan playing basketball with Santa Claus. Because we're just talking about Santa Claus. And then it's going to take all of the stuff that we just talked about and all the things that you just learned, and it built the prompt for you because we've taken all of the details that and all the abilities that ChatGPT-5 has, and we've pre-trained this generator with all that information. And you can tell when it comes up to over an hour on a live stream, that's when my mind just is like, what you're experiencing right now and what you're witnessing is my mind shutting down live. So that's why I'm tripping over my words. But you can see here, and I am a real person. I'm not AI, clearly. So you can not have to worry about all the stuff that we just covered through the tutorial. You could just copy this, and then you could jump over to ChatGPT and then see what it comes up with. And then again, the first image might not be the best image because that's how AI image generators work, but you got a nice little start here. So that is the tool that we have come up with for you. And then it's going to say, just paste these in ChatGPT-5. What's next? Another style hack or remix this one? So you could just keep playing along with it and just have a conversation. And this prompt generator is just going to constantly be giving you prompts that you can just copy by just tapping on the prompt and then jumping over to ChatGPT and pasting it in. So if that looks like something that you would like to use, just say yes in the chat, because then I know that it was worth sitting down with my dev team to build this style suggester for you, because it was a lot of work to pre-program everything for you so you don't have to worry about it yourself. Okay, so the next thing that, and thank you, Lilia, cool name, by the way. It's probably one of the cooler names that I've seen to come in here. Okay, so next, I know some of you want to know how to make money with this kind of stuff, and maybe a lot of it, because maybe you want to do this like on the side as like a side hustle or part-time deal. You can definitely do it. And there's a lot of ways to do it. So first off is that you can make money by selling AI art prints and digital downloads. So you could sell prints on Etsy, on Redbubble, on Society6. You can offer instant digital files on Creative Market. You could use Printify for on-demand merch and wall art. You can create theme series to boost collector demand. You could promote via Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. And if any of these sound of interest to you, let me know. Like when you are inside Aiville, send me a DM and just let me know what you would like to see more live streams on. And I'm saying that, I'm not emailing or sending out a broadcast to anybody about this. I'm only saying it live right now because when I get DMs from those of you that are actually paying attention saying, Chris, I would love for you to make a live stream showing step-by-step selling art prints on Etsy. And then I'll put together a full live stream and we'll do it live and I'll show you how it works. Because I like to do live streams for whatever you all want to learn. So I'm just giving you ideas now, but I will actually make live streams for these and tutorials if you want me to do them. Now, just don't say, yes, do them all. Because, I mean, again, I'm not an AI bot. I'm a human. So it'll take a while to put these together. But I'll totally do it because they would be fun. We can also create unique branding assets for businesses. So you can make money by designing logos, social banners, and product mockups. You could sell packages on Fiverr and Upwork to startups. You could use 99 designs for premium brand design contests. You could target niche industries. You could do custom visual packs. You could showcase your work on Behance or Dribbble for leads. And something that would also be a lot of fun with designing unique branding assets is if there's a business, like let's say a local business that you really want to get their attention and you really want them to pay you money to design some cool stuff for them that you could do in seconds that they don't understand, just design it ahead of time and post it on social media on your profile and tag them and just get their attention by making very viral, very realistic type stuff that they're just like, "Oh my god, this is insane." And then they will want to pay you for services. So you could also do social media content packages from AI art. So you could create like ready to use Instagram carousel templates. You could sell seasonal packs on Gumroad or Ko-Fi. You could offer TikTok backgrounds for creators and streamers. You could license themed content to influencers and brands. You could post samples in Facebook groups. You could really get a lot of quick clients doing this. You can do custom illustration services using ChatGPT-5. So you could offer book illustrations on Reedsy and Fiverr. You could do custom portraits on Etsy with commissions. You could do design posters for musicians and event planners. You could partner with YouTubers. You could do unique thumbnails, which, yes, I didn't forget about you, that Ray Morrison that wanted to come up with a prompt for a thumbnail, a viral thumbnail, because once we figure that out, you can then design viral thumbnails and put a nice little portfolio page together for a specific YouTuber and contact that YouTuber and say, "Hey, I designed all these thumbnails for you. I love your channel. Try them out. Let me know if they work out." And then they'll respond back and be like, "Oh my God, thank you for your thumbnails. How much do you want to charge for this kind of stuff?" And there you go. You just got a client. You can also build a niche AI image generator portfolio. So you could pick a niche like fantasy, food, architecture. You could post work on Instagram Reels. You could do work on Instagram Reels by using trending audio. You could use Adobe Stock and Shutterstock for passive sales. You could start a niche shop on Etsy for themed wall art. You could network in niche Reddit and Discord communities. You can offer workshops or online training. You could teach AI art skills live on Zoom or Google Meet. You could sell recorded courses on Udemy or Skillshare, offer private coaching via Calendly and PayPal. You could host workshops in local co-working and art spaces, promote through Eventbrite, Meetup, and LinkedIn. You could license AI images for ongoing income. So you can design this kind of stuff and upload it to Adobe Stock, Shutterstock, iStock, sell extended licenses on Creative Market, offer brand exclusive rights via direct outreach, join Envato Elements for recurring royalties, use Patreon for members only licensed art. This is just the beginning. I mean, if you are wondering how you could make money with AI art, there are about 100 ideas right here in front of you. So there is no lack of money to be made by creating AI art. It's just a matter of picking one and doing it. So let me take a look here and see if we're all doing good. I see we're well over an hour now, so I need to kind of wrap this up. But I promised Ray Morrison that we're gonna try to end with a nice YouTube thumbnail prompt. But let's see what this claymation Michael Jordan, that is pretty good. So that was the fun prompt that our style suggester in Aiville put together for us. And we basically said, it gave us the idea for doing a Play-Doh style prompt. And then it said, what would you like to make with this prompt? And then I said, Michael Jordan and Santa Claus playing basketball. And then we could, again, literally the options are endless in terms of what you can make with AI. And especially with the ChatGPT-5 Image Generator, it's never been easier than it is now. So the last thing that I want to end on before we go into just kind of having fun here with those of you that are here live, starting with Ray, is the secret ChatGPT-5 Image Generator community. So you've seen how powerful ChatGPT-5 image generation can be. Every style and technique today can be pushed even further. The prompts you saw, they're just really scratching the surface. The most jaw-dropping images haven't even been created yet, because every day new AI tools are making image creations more powerful, and what you create today will really set you apart from everyone else tomorrow. So now you can actually join the largest community where this happens daily. So if you want to get into this community, which a lot of you that are here live, if you're actually watching this live and you're a member of Aiville, just type in family, because I look at Aiville as like we're a family of people from all over the world that have come together, and we are learning how to use AI together. We're helping each other together. We're supporting each other. And I look at us like family. So if you are a member of the Aiville family, type in family in the live chat, because then I would love to do a shout out for all of you that are here live. If you're not a member of the family, you can go to aiville.com. You can download the app. You can create a free account. It's free to play around in all the communities. If you want to use the tools, you would upgrade to Pro, but you can even try that for free for 14 days. And after that, it's like $24 to just have access to everything, which is you have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month worth of with AI tools that you get for like $24. And if you're inside Aiville now, what you can do is go to the AI images community that we just created that I was telling you about. So you come in here to the AI image gallery, and this is where you can see more people have already been uploading images. This is where we can all help each other with photorealistic. And I love that Sam just uploaded the portrait of the horse right here. I mean, this is insane that stuff is possible. And what's really cool, I love that he did that, because I'm going to be taking my daughter to her horseback riding lesson. She does like hunter jumper. My older daughter, Callie, she does writing and English writing. So I'm going to show her this prompt, because she's actually been playing around ChatGPT-5 to have photorealistic portraits of the horse that she rides. So that was cool. That popped up there. So yeah, once you get in, go check out that image gallery. Just go to the AI image gallery, share your images, see what everyone else is doing as well. Because remember, once you're here, you can actually click on an image, and then if you're following along with what everybody is doing, you just share the prompt that actually produced that image. So once you can share the prompt that produced that image, just put it in as the caption, then that's what's going to kind of get this whole community kind of off to the races, and just the AI image gallery community. Next is you can also start connecting with people creating AI images every day. You can share your prompts, you can get results and get instant feedback. You'll also unlock member tutorials, styles, image formulas, and you can also, inside of Aiville, send me a DM if there's anything I can do to help. And you can also, if you want to keep up with the latest in AI, which I hope you do, because that's maybe why you're still here at the end of this live stream, I host live streams here on my YouTube channel every single day of the week. If you enjoyed this live stream, I take Saturday and Sunday off because I need to take a break to prepare for the next 5 days to go live. But if you enjoyed this live stream and you want to see more of these, just subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and you can really be a part of the next AI breakthrough as it happens live. So I would like, before we go into just doing a quick little playing around with like a live prompting, let's go ahead and take a look here. And for everyone that is members of Aiville already, I just like to do big shout outs. We got Ray Morrison is a member of Aiville. We got Vicky Morrison. Ray and Vicky, are you husband and wife, or are those two different Morrisons? That's pretty wild if you're two different Morrisons and you're both here at the same time. We have Greg, we've got Liliana, we've got Naomi, we have Duncan, we have Josh says won't let you do Marvel characters. Yeah, unfortunately, ChatGPT-5 does have regulations on doing like certain things, like maybe license stuff like that. But I'll tell you who doesn't have restrictions and regulations right now is Grok. So if you want to come up with amazing photorealistic AI type images, you could use Grok to come up with that. Where ChatGPT, if you get limits and restrictions on ChatGPT, definitely go take a look at Grok. We have Michael, that's a member of the family. We got Chip Sanity. We have Oliver. We have Howard. We have Digi1. We have Steve. What's up, Paul Boris? Just joined the Aiville family. Welcome. We've got Mark, and you're definitely welcome, Paul. We have Bob. We have David. We have Sheila. We have G. Patrick. We've got Wade. We've got Ray Morrison said two different Morrisons. Well, you all know each other now. Maybe you're actually family in some way. And we have Sheila. So thank you for all of you that are taking the time to be here, and you're actually members of Aiville, and we're just here having fun together. So I promised Ray Morrison that we would actually test out coming up with a prompt to do a viral YouTube thumbnail. So here is how since we made it to the very end, we made it past the very end, I'm going to just have some fun and show you how I come up with prompt formulas, if that's okay. This is like super secret stuff that I don't ever show anybody, but I will show you since you're here. And I'll show you with ChatGPT. I always like to start by just showing you tools that all of you can use. But when I'm actually doing this myself, I'm not using ChatGPT directly. I'm inside of Aiville, and I'm actually using. I do a lot of different things. I will experiment with ChatGPT inside of Aiville, but I'll also test Gemini, Claude, DeepSeek, Grok, Perplexity all together. Because the good thing with Aiville is if you are a pro member, you don't have to pay for ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude and DeepSeek and Grok and Perplexity all separately, like everyone else out there that's not inside of Aiville. You have access to all of them right here. So I will come up with a prompt, and then here's what I do. I'll actually open ChatGPT up in one tab. I'll open Gemini in another tab. I'll open Claude. Oop, I hit the wrong button. Well, you get the idea. I was opening up messages. So here is like ChatGPT. So I can actually access ChatGPT-5 right here. Then I can actually also access Gemini, and I can use Gemini 2.5 Pro. Here, let me do this a little better here. And then this is like the long way of me going about doing it, but this is how I come up with like insane prompts. And then I will open up Claude, and I'll use Claude Sonnet 4, which is the brand new Claude that just came out. And then let's see, what else could I use? We'll use ChatGPT 5, and then we'll go back to the tools. And then I will, just for fun, let's go ahead and use DeepSeek, and we'll use Grok. So, and then for DeepSeek, we'll use DeepSeek Chat, not DeepSeek Reasoner, because that'll take a little longer. And with Grok, let's just use Grok 3 because it's the fastest right now. And I'm not happy with like how Grok 4 does at the moment. So that's why we have Grok 3 and not Grok 4 right now. So instead of having to pay for DeepSeek, Grok, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude separately, they're all right here inside of Aiville. I just open them up in different tabs. So what I do is I will come up with a prompt, usually starting with ChatGPT, and then once I kind of like the direction it's going, I will copy and paste it into all these others to just keep making it better and better and better. Because every AI large language model kind of does it a little differently. But that is like my hardcore, super nerdy way of doing this kind of stuff. For everybody else out there in the world, I would just, if you don't have access, if you're not an Aiville Pro member, that's fine. You could just go to ChatGPT-5 or chatgpt.com, and you could just say, you know what? I wonder if I hit the microphone, if it'll dictate, hate that word. Listen to me whenever I talk. I wonder if it picks up this microphone that I'm talking in. I don't know if it will or not. Let's see if it does. I haven't actually tried this live, so I want to test this live because this is how I normally work instead of typing when I'm trying to brainstorm stuff really fast. I talk faster than I can type. So I think about ahead of time what I'm going to say. So 1 second. Are you listening to me? Okay, you are. So I want you to help me come up with a prompt template that includes placeholders I could use. And I'm talking an advanced prompt template with placeholders that I can use to create viral YouTube thumbnails for my YouTube channel. Crap. I just did that and it didn't send it. Are you listening to me? Okay. I'm just testing real quick to see if it's actually going to send it or not. Okay, it is. So, okay, this is the much more efficient way of doing this. Sorry. I had to make sure it was going through its microphone. It was throwing me off, and it is. So, and I'm making sure you can all still hear me while I'm doing this live, and you can. So, all right. I need you to help me come up with a prompt template with placeholders that is very advanced that I can use to create viral YouTube thumbnails that are unique that I can split test on my YouTube channel. Okay. So again, much faster than me typing. And then, and it just comes back right away. And it's like, here's an advanced YouTube thumbnail prompt template with placeholders you can reuse for split testing. It's designed to give you viral, unique click magnet thumbnails you can generate in ChatGPT-5 or any other AI image generator tool. So this would be an example of, let me just paste this in the chat since you're here. Okay, I don't know if that all actually went through in the chat. No, it didn't. So let me tell you what. This was, just so you can all have access to this. This is just going to be a private thing. This is for, here's a viral YouTube prompt template for Ray Morrison in the family. Okay, then let me paste in some code. And okay, Ray. So then I just posted that in the ChatGPT community inside of Aiville. So if you go into Aiville, you'll find it. It's right here. So just when you hit see more, this is your prompt template. So just copy that and then paste it in. And now I would test this live right now, but I actually do have to start getting ready to take my daughter to her writing lesson. But just looking at it, let's just read it aloud together because it is just looking at it's really good. So create a style and format thumbnail for a YouTube video titled, and then whatever your title is, make it highly clickable with, it's going to insert, you need to insert whatever emotion you want. So clickable with sadness is the dominant mood. Show whatever main subject you have in whatever action with an attention grabbing prompt. Include a secondary element in the background to create depth and intrigue. Use and then whatever brand color palette. So if you have a specific brand color, like a hex code color or something like that, I would enter that in because then it would make the right colors. For the main design with high contrast and bold lighting, ensure strong composition that works for mobile, subject-centered, text minimal, or absent. Add then optional text in the font style with clean readability. Use cinematic lighting, alter detailed textures, yada, yada, yada. So that's what I would recommend, Ray, to actually start for your prompt idea and actually see how it's how it goes. So Naomi, thank you. I just see Naomi's post here in the live chat. It says, it's been a while. I missed your over delivery on our behalf. Thanks for your dedication. Understatement of the year. Appreciate it. And thank you, Howard, by saying right on, Naomi. And then Ray says, thank you. You're very welcome. So that is just a really quick way of coming up with the prompt. So it's in there in the ChatGPT community for you. And then again, for those of you that aren't members of Aiville, shame on you, but you can join if you want. Again, it's free to get in the communities. And then you can actually get in and then all nerd out with Ray and myself and everyone else actually talking about this stuff. But if you want to use all these tools without having to pay for them, that's when you could like try out Pro free for 14 days and just play around with it. And if you like it, it's like $24 if you want to stick around. So less than a Netflix subscription, and you get access to all of our tools. You get access to all of our tutorials. You get access to all of our blueprints. You get access to all of our challenges. You get access to all of our characters. We have over like 150 characters that are all pre-trained on teaching you how to do very specific things with AI. You have access to all the live streams and replays of the live streams and transcripts of the live streams, which YouTube doesn't even do anymore. So we give all those to you inside of Aiville and over 100 communities. So that is my little plug for Aiville. And then if you're interested in AI video generation, I would recommend to keep an eye on this channel because I don't know what the title of it's going to be yet. And I'm sometime tonight, I might create it or I might have to do it tomorrow. Depends on if I run out of time tonight. But tomorrow, later in the day, probably around this time, we will be doing AI video generation. And I'm going to show you some really cool things we can do with that. I promise it won't be as long as what we just did with image generation because with video generation, there's a lot less you need to do. A lot of the hard work is done by creating your AI images to use as your first frame in your AI videos. So we did the hard work already. So I'll create a couple images ahead of time, have them all prepared, and then I'm going to show you my favorite AI image or AI video generator tomorrow, and we'll play around with that. And then I'll probably show you a couple more in other live streams. But tomorrow I'm going to show you my favorite one, and it's actually one we haven't even talked about yet. And it's one you're probably going to be not really familiar with, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to have things prepared ahead of time. So I recommend you might do the same as well if you're watching this and you want to check out how I walk you through how to make AI videos with video generators. Have some images prepared already that you want to turn into a video. So they could be, I recommend if you want them to be on social media, have the images be 9:16. So that would be if you've got a phone, it would be this way, not this way. So this is 16:9. This is 9:16. I'm going to make some images as well that are going to be 9:16 and have them ready to go. And I'll have a bunch of them. And then tomorrow we'll actually do AI video generation with those images. And then I'll give you all kinds of cool stuff for that as well. And we might even have another tool to give you that we've created to help you out with that also. So that's everything I got today. And yeah, Lenora, $24. That is everything inside of Aiville. And yeah, it's a complete treasure trove, and it is a multi-billion-dollar tool with everything you have access to. So you're welcome, Davin. You're welcome, Chip. You're welcome, Lilia. And you're welcome, Wade. And yeah, if you want to DM me, anybody that is inside of Aiville, just search for Chris Luck. You'll find my profile and just send me a DM. So that's all I got for now. So I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you tomorrow when we do the AI video generation. If not, subscribe to this channel, at least on YouTube. Give this video a like, because then I'll be able to keep an eye out to see if this video is truly helpful based off the number of subscribes and likes that I got from this video over other videos. So bye for now, and I'll see you next time.